Hey guys, and welcome back, foodie babes, to the Hey Charlie cooking channel. Today I am going to be making a delicious seafood linguine shrimp pasta with mussels. And I would like for you to hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell and let all your family and friends and all your coworkers and anyone else to come to my channel because I have lots of delicious recipes just for you. Alright guys, so you'll need some beef smoked sausage or whichever sausage you prefer. I prefer beef, but you can also add turkey. I have fresh garlic, ginger paste, butter, mushrooms, this is optional. I have fresh mussels, tiger shrimp, French onion dip. In my seasonings, I have onion powder, garlic and rosemary, Old Bay, and crab oil seasoning, a cup of canned milk, another stick of butter. I have some Philadelphia cream cheese. I also have some vegetable broth stock, and then I'm out. Usually I use chicken stock, but we're going to use this today. I also have in my bowl some Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, and I added a little bit of cheddar cheese because I wanted to kind of balance out the flavor. Now, I just want to give you all a quick little tip. So you're probably wondering what's in this bag. What's in this bag is the peels from my fresh tiger shrimp. And the reason why I put this in here is because I am going to make some delicious gumbo. Now, what I've done, should I say, is I've added water into my Ziploc bag. And I also added in some crab oil mix. So when I pull this out of the freezer, it's going to be a block. And when I take it out, and I don't want to take it completely out, but you all can see that there is water in here. But when I take it out, it's going to be a block of frozen seafood. And that's what I want for my stock, for my gumbo. So I'm going to put this in the freezer and let this freeze until I'm ready for my gumbo. So you guys stay tuned. Alright guys, I decided to chop up some onions, so this is optional. And I'll be adding this to my butter, my melted butter. You don't want this to burn, so I will be adding this back to my eye and turning this up to a low to medium heat. So we're going to let this caramelize and get a little brown. We'll give that a few minutes. So we're going to have a couple different things going on. So as this is actually caramelizing, I'll be adding in my mushrooms and I'll be adding in my summer sausage. From there, I'll be starting my sauce. So I'm going to add this in. So we want all those flavors to marry each other. I know you guys like different because you're always wondering, what am I going to do different this time? Who would ever think of putting summer sausage in their shrimp fettuccine? Me. You can be boring and just go with the regular old shrimp fettuccine, or if you want to try something different, you can also try the summer sausage. Now, I understand if you're not a seafood lover, totally respect that, so you can omit both of these and just go with just the summer sausage. Now, if you're going to do that, I would definitely highly recommend adding more summer sausage so that you can get those robust flavors. That's just, like I said, they marry each other when it comes to the garlic and the ginger and the onions. Alright guys, I have a little bit of ginger paste. I'm going to add about a teaspoon. And I wanted this to be smooth, so I added the ginger paste rather than the actual chopped ginger. Okay, this is optional, so I'll be adding in some fresh mushrooms. We're gonna let that do its thing. And I'm gonna actually turn this down on a low heat. So you wanna have a 2-quart saucepan. And I am going to be adding in my milk. So we want this to get a little warm. We're gonna add in a stick of butter. A cup of vegetable stock. You want to add in a half a pack of cream cheese, Philadelphia cream cheese or any type of cream cheese that you have is fine. Here I have a half a cup of French onion dip. Next, I'm going to be adding in my seasonings here and my seasonings here. And we're going to just kind of whisk this together. You want all of these to actually just melt down. And so once you have your sauce, or I should say your wet ingredients, come to a boil, then you'll add in your seafood. You don't want to add it in too soon because then it'll become tough. And then you also want to add in your cheese. So it looks like we're good over here. And I'll give this a few more minutes and then we'll remove this from our eye. Alright guys, so I'm going to be adding some salt to my water, my boiling water. And I'm also going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And I'll be laying in my pasta. And you want to leave these in here for about 5 minutes because as I mentioned before, you just want to make sure that you don't overcook your noodles or undercook your noodles. So if you undercook them, they will be hard. If you overcook them, then they will be mushy. Alright guys, so my noodles have actually boiled to the desired tenderness that I need. So as you can see, we'll be plating these pretty soon. And then I also added a little bit of scallions. So I'm going to go ahead and just be adding in some fresh shredded cheese. And then you want to give this a nice little stir. You want this to achieve a boil. You don't want it to scorch, so you constantly have to stir it because it will scorch and you don't want that burnt taste. Okay, next I'm going to be adding in my shrimp, and I'm going to add this in purposely last because I don't want it to get overcooked. So I'm going to add this to our cheese sauce. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. So these are basically just for flavor. So I'm going to be adding in my mussels next. And I'm going to turn this down to a low heat. I added my mussels into my cheese sauce because I want to taste all the flavors inside of my mussels when I eat my mussels. So that's why I added those in that way. But it's up to you. So when your shrimp starts to turn pink and you give it a little bit of time, I would say let this stay on the eye for about a good 5 minutes to 10, depending on how you like your shrimp. Then you can take it off. But you can see it's still getting done. So you don't want, if you have the tiger shrimp, you have to make sure that that shrimp gets cooked all the way. because you don't want to get salmonella. So as you can see, it's starting to change colors, guys. You see that, Foodie Babes? Okay, so we're gonna let that do its thing. All right, Foodie Babes, next I'm going to be taking out my noodles, putting it inside of my pasta bowl. And it's okay if it's a little wet when you remove it from your stock pot, because if your cheese sauce is thick, this actually is just going to balance out the thickness of the cheese sauce, so you're okay there. Next, we're going to be adding in my sausage medley. Just gonna put this on here. Oh yes. All right guys, so we're gonna start pouring this over. Be careful not to splash. You can just start to take out. Oh, look at that mussel. It's like, hey, eat me. Eat me. So this actually will make enough for, I would say, 4 guests. Now I didn't go super heavy on the cheese because I'm going to bake this for a few minutes and let those cheeses and everything melt. We are going in to get my seafood bake. Oh, yum, that looks delicious. Yes. I am going to plate this. And get a little bit of everything on here. Oh, it looks so yummy. Look at all of those flavors coming in together. All right, guys, so I am completely finished with my seafood delicious pasta meal, and here it is. Voila. You guys know I'm gonna go in for a little taste, because y'all know how I do it. I'm gonna be a lady. Get me a little knife here. Get a little bit of shrimp, a little bit of mushroom, and a little bit of mussel. Come on, baby, get out of there. There we go. Gonna taste all of these delicious flavors. Then as I put it married together, let's see what we're working with. Delicious. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and like.